Hello there everybody, Oimon here, and welcome back to The Outer Worlds, where we spent pretty much the entire last episode right here in this particular map, which, nope, that's not it, not that map, it's this map, yeah, which went quite well, all things considered, relatively so. We did botch up one mission, but it was just a small miscellaneous one, so not a big issue, and it's only because we killed the person who gave it to us, because she tried to kill us, so you know, that is the way it goes. So yeah, so we cleared off a whole bunch of like side quests and missions and whatnot, which is good, I think. I don't know. And that's a distress signal. That's the one we've currently got to complete, because that's what this was. We followed a distress signal here, we wandered around the area, and yeah, now we can kind of sort of just leave, I guess. Not really much point in hanging around. We're more or less done here. We may come back later, but I don't think so. I feel like we're done here for now. There may be another quest that sends me here later to check up on these people after the fact, but I think we'll be okay. Space's Choice Diet Toothpaste. Yes, toothpaste that makes you less hungry. So, yeah. Are we going that way? Oh, did I go out? I went out the wrong door. God damn it. That's the door the thing was pointing to. Oh, why it's so complicated.
Delays in loading due to commerce obstruction will be deducted from all staff pay.
Poor thing. Nothing you can do for it, I think. Yeah, so we can pretty much just get the hell out of here now. Actually, thinking about it, I probably could have fast traveled. Oh. Doesn't matter now. Okay, excellent. Oh, actually, that does remind me. Hold up. Right. Is there anything I want to sell? Probably. I mean, we got a lot of credits. 29,000. I don't know if that's a lot or a little, actually, because I don't know what the market is. I don't know whether it would be better to sell this stuff or to scrap it. I'm thinking, actually, it's probably better to scrap, because in general, I just think that's better at this point in the game, so I can upgrade my guns. So yes, we'll head back in here. And we'll see what we can find. I don't know. Now we've also got the thing for Ada. Not Ada, the robot upstairs. I forget what it's called.
Welcome back, Captain.
Oh no, you were
How
Ada.
can I be of assistance? I'll be
Okay.
here.
So we're gonna go back to Gladys? Who the hell's Gladys? Okay then, fine, whatever. I don't know who that is. Anyway, so we need to sort out storage and stuff. First things first. Okay. Modifying a breakdown. Okay. Right, so we definitely don't need any of these pistols. Don't need a revolver. Ultimatum. Plasma handgun. Don't mind keeping one of those. You will keep because you're clearly special. Don't need you. Don't need you. Remember, those were being pretty crap. Light assault rifle Mark II. Hang on a second. What have I got actually in terms of? I always forget between episodes. You know that. So there's an assault rifle, and then we have a light assault rifle. That is at a much higher weapon. So it does more damage. Well, yeah, it's a much higher level too. We could replace. So that works. Then we've got our shock cannon, which I was using to take out some robots. Okay. Plasma carbine, we need one of those. Heavy machine gun, get rid of that. Plasma launcher, nah. Plasma rifle. Tactical shotgun. Shovel we keep in case we need to dig something up. I don't know if that's a thing. Probably not, actually, but So anything else we don't want can get put into storage. Alright, what about you? What have you got? That's a lot of stuff. I was picking up a lot of things while I was doing this, wasn't I? Iconoclast helmet. All the body parts protect your cranium. See, that's heavy. That's light. That's light. See, medium armor I don't mind so much, but that's only level 10. Right, so it puts the highest armor rating up top, so... I mean, 24? What am I currently wearing on armor as well? Helmet is 16. So if I were to put this on, it would certainly up. Although lockpick max distance was better on this one. Which was, I mean, is lockpick max distance really that important? I don't think so. So we'll stick that on. I don't think the armor you're wearing actually matters. Because you've got the hologram thing, which gives you the armor you need in a certain area if you need it. So I would imagine that's probably the case. 14 versus 12. What you got? Sneak plus 7. Defense skill plus 5. That wouldn't be bad. And then we're down to 11 points. Let me put you up on there. There we go. Alright. Breakdown armor. There we go. Alright. So I think we can get rid of most of these. Nothing seems worth keeping, I don't think. Also give me a whole bunch of armor stuff. Excellent. That's a lot of stuff. So in here I've got special weapons and armor, which of course I do. You can go over there. Yeah, the shrink ray wasn't very good in the end. Turned out. Actually, no, we'll keep the shotgun on me. Vermin. That'll do. Don't have any of that. Drop off everything and then we'll take out what we don't need. Whoa, that was a lot that just went in there. What was that? You get a feeling there's got way too much stuff in this game. You've got a whole bunch of mods too. Actually, that's a fair point. I should check out the mods. Just in case I got something useful. What have you got? Fun times barrel, critical hit damage plus 25. Or noise range. Not really worried about that. We could install that. Magazines. Oh, yes, please. Definitely always up the magazine. Effective range and max range. Why not? Mod the hell out of it. Okay. Weapon range plus 25. Extendo sight. Oh, it's already installed. I see. Magazine size. I wouldn't mind more bullets for that, you know. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. And what about the rest of you? Tinker. Ah, really? Didn't realize that. May as well mess around at least a little bit. Apparently the armor can go well above that though. That's fair then. Alright, repair you, repair you, repair you. It is interesting that tinkering doesn't seem to... I don't have anything to repair an armor. Interesting. There must be a bunch of junk items. Well, I'll sell that when I get to a store next time. Okay. So what do we want in terms of other stuff? I had something. There was something I was using. Mine attributes. Alcohol, don't need that. Oh, movement speed. Yeah, we can keep that. Armor rating, critical hit, skin cleaner, harmful status effects down, hardened armor rating. Something. Here's the thing, right? A lot of these things are like different items that do the same thing, and I get in a way that that's kind of the point, because every company does exactly the same items regardless of, you know, anything else, and that's fine. That's kind of funny, I guess, but at the same time, from a gameplay standpoint, it is annoyingly redundant, you know. We don't need 6 different items that do exactly the same thing. At least I don't think so, anyway. We don't need that many. Okay. I do kind of wish you could sort this stuff, but apparently you can't. And I think... I don't actually know how you switch between... Oh, really? Emergency medical aid activates all slotted consumables. So if I use it, then everything gets activated, but how do you use them separately then? I don't even know. Right. One of the things we did find... Oh, I wonder if anything new's been added in here now that I've done more stuff. Nope, doesn't look like it. Just Edgewater. Okay. Yeah, we had a robot. The robot up here. Ooh, hello. Uh-oh. Hello, Sam.
Initiating initialization sequences. Greetings, customer! This SAM unit is unable to locate your registered information. Would you like to register your SAM?
Yes?
Registering new owner. Captain.
Welcome to the crew, I guess. Where did you come from?
All SAM units travel fully assembled in a 12x12 corrugated steel box.
No, I mean, I wanted to know more about you.
Did you know SAM units are capable of equipping regulation-grade flamethrower nozzles? Upgrade your attachment today and get to firing away.
Okay.
Got stubborn stains? Leave them for Sam.
Uh-huh. Welcome to the crew, Sam.
SAM units live to clean and clean to live.
Well, we have a robot now. Aren't we lucky? And I got a good dump of experience from that. So that's nice. Right, so that one wants me to go to the Groundbreaker, but we'll be heading back there later anyway. But there was another one. Didn't we have a one where we had to go somewhere else? That's right, Scylla. There was something else we had to do. Anyway, yeah, we're still at Terra 2 right now. We've already been there. We haven't been to Scylla yet. Let's check it out. Watch out for the sun! No, never mind.
Destination reached. Scylla.
It's a rock. Okay then. I don't know what I'm about to walk into.
Stay safe out there.
Hey look! Let's take Sam. Ah yes. Because I could go solo. It's like the great thing about it is you can actually just totally go solo. I don't know who this person's going to be. But apparently this is what you get. This is your crew. You get 6 people in total. It's kind of like Mass Effect 1 like that. Which I find, it is weird that this game feels a lot closer to Mass Effect than it does to New Vegas. But that may have been deliberate, I'm not sure. Who do I want to take? I don't really know what I'm going to do. Well, let's take Sam, because he seems like he'll be good fun. Just for shits and giggles, really. I get the feeling Sam's probably not going to be that useful. And whoa.
This is real space, isn't it? Empty and silent. Never thought I'd see the like. I'd look up at night, but...
Let's get fresh.
Alright, so... Oh. It's a big enough size, but it's not huge. Well, I guess we'll just see what on earth we can find, or what on Scylla we can find here, I guess. Right. Let's go looting as usual. Almost was expecting that to not work. I can. Thank you. So that's the wall that denotes the edge of the world, huh? Quite literally.
No!
Ooh, shit. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know there were bad people up there. I think they lost me.
Muting volume now.
See, it would be funnier if he said that louder. If he just like screamed, "Muting volume now!" Just like that would be funny. I don't know, to me it would anyway. Do I need to go up here? Like, is there a reason why these guys just attack me on sight, or are they just a bunch of bandits? This place is bigger than I was expecting. Let's see what we've got up here, shall we? That's a bright star. So is it literally that these guys are just a bunch of bandits, or was there another reason why they were attacking me? Was I like on their territory or something? I don't see any of them. There doesn't appear to be anyone. Outlaw.
Here we go!
Getting behind cover!
Crap. Oh dear, I'm stuck.
Resuming passive mode.
Okay, I like this gun. This gun's good. I think it's because I hadn't upgraded the gun I was using before, which is probably why I was having trouble with it. Code of 30 broadcast sheet is reserved for a Circus Time sponsored advertisement. Circus Time announces Primal Performance Tour. Come on, come on. Circus Time is about to turn your community into a circus town. Our patented primal performers can dance, sing, eat, and dance. Eat is oddly specific. Want to feed the primals? 2 bits for a bag of sprat trails. Want to take one home? Ask our lawyers. Big asterisks there. I noticed under no circumstances should primals leave the enclosure. Primals will consume human flesh. Unattended primals should be reported to the nearest Circus Time authority. Do not expose primals to gunfire, loud noises, or harsh language of any kind. Primal musk is toxic and mildly corrosive. Do not submerge body parts in primal musk. Circus Time employees will never instruct guests to interact with primal musk ever. Want to be a part of the meet and greet? That should be spelled with an A. That should be meet and greet retreat. Look into pricing for our primal pack. Yeah, okay. See, I'm seeing better examples of puns they could do in this game, you know? That could have gone better, but I got stuck. Which is always fun. Random that this place would just be owned by outlaws. I mean, I don't know. Oh well, it's all just loot at the end of the day, I guess. Especially seeing as this place just looks like, I don't know, junk salvage, perhaps? See, these feel important, but I don't know what they are. Fair enough. No arguments from me, I guess? I don't know. Maybe we'll come here as part of like a quest or something. Apparently you cannot stand on the junk. This makes navigating around here, it's very annoying. Is there a light? Do I have a light switch? I don't remember if I have a light switch or not. Okay, so we know about that place, so we can follow the road down and around, I suppose. What the fuck are those? Oh, they're mechanicals. Well, I guess that's something. No one around, which I'm actually rather surprised about. Yay for more vending machines, I guess. Well, those look awfully familiar. Hmm. Right. So there's a town over there. Whatever this is. And for some reason the person I'm looking for is over there. But there seems to be... Oh, that's a terraformer. It's a constantly active terraformer, probably because it needs to constantly be active on a place like this. That makes sense. Because we're pretty much just, you know, space. Everywhere is space. That didn't work. I think this is something you have to get up very close and personal with the robots for. If memory serves.
Job classification flawlessly finished. Dirt alert! Dirt alert! Body bag required.
Not the best gun, but it does kill him pretty quickly. I guess I'll take it. What I need is something that can do that, but at a distance. And I haven't found a good one yet. Colonel Butterscotch? Okay. If a creature has a name, probably an idea to avoid it. Primal Behemoth. Okay, why am I here? So, let's see. He's most likely someone said I find to make sure he's okay. How can they buy out? Well, it looks like he probably needs saving. Okay. I think I can pull this off. Thank you. Oh, is that one still alive?
Sanitation and maintenance job fulfilled.
Excellent. He's probably going to be really pissed at me now. Because it looks like he needs saving. Oh, excuse me. It specifically said, looks like he needs saving. So he probably actually doesn't. He's like, oh, I was going to make a deal with those guys. Just because, you know. Hello.
Tremendous work, friend. Here I was readying a daring maneuver, and you've come and saved me the trouble.
Symptoms detected. Elevated heart rate, dilated pupils, increased sweat production. Subject appears to be terrified.
I'm not terrified, you bucket of bolts. That's victory sweat.
Captain Irion, I take it?
The one and only. Wait, who's asking? Wanda didn't send you, did she?
She did.
I swear, land on Groundbreaker even a moment tardy, and that busybody's already been up your ass an hour. You tell her these automechs are coming, and sending a hired stooge to rescue me from certain peril only furthers my delay. No offense.
What are we thanking me? You're lucky you're alive.
Yes, well, I shan't. Give Wanda my chilliest regards.
What an ass. Oh well. It's weird, his like facial features and his voice didn't feel like they matched up. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Well, that's that at least, but while we are here, logs? Oh yeah. But yes, while we're here, yes, of course I can actually upgrade Sam. Intimidate, threat. Health is always a good sign, and oh, he doesn't have one here, that's weird. Negative reputation per kill. +5 armor rating, range damage. Ooh, damage is always good. Let's do that. Alright, that's because he's like a new character, but he's already leveled and stuff, so. Now, wasn't that named creature around here somewhere?
Entering quiet mode.
That's a yes, but I don't think I want to mess with it. As I said, something that's got a name is probably designated to be a big-ass creature. I mean, the primal behemoths, they're pretty big, pretty bad, but by the same token, they're also pretty territorial, and as long as you stay out of their effective range, it's rare they ever chase you too far. Bandits, on the other hand.
Hey, here we go!
There, putting trash in its rightful place for more than 70 years.
Nice hit!
Cycle complete.
Nice. Those things are freaking big. Probably shouldn't get too
No
close.
challenge is too large, no mess is too small.
Seems pointless, though. You gotta leave it on forever. And the pylons. Else the air just drifts off.
Yeah. Things probably weren't designed to last forever as well, which is, you know. Like, you know, what happens if something goes wrong with this? You're fucked. Ah, it's already on there. UDL Terraform. Makes sense. Makes sense.
ready to kill worms.
Everyone all right?
More or less. Alright. We're going to be hitting level 15 soon, or more accurately, level 15 is going to be hitting us.
On the job.
Nice one!
I may have made a mistake. Actually, maybe not. Going down pretty easy. Oh, hello.
Sam cleans it up.
Actually, I was getting worried over nothing. This gun's actually pretty bloody good. I've just got to be careful I don't end up running out of ammo for it. I'm kind of wondering if that was a thing. But apparently it is not. It is just a building. So why they bothered marking it on the map, I have no idea. Right, okay.
Mold detected. Mildew detected. Body odor detected. Ear mites detected.
Wouldn't the quiet get to you? Knowing there's nobody out there? No one at all?
Neutralize and sanitize.
What are you doing?
Substance is resistant to cleaning efforts. Please pick up all spilled crew members. Good news, customer.
Bah! So this place is just empty. There's no one here. I thought this was like a town. But the mechanicals are taken over. Everybody's probably dead. Which, you know, actually kind of sucks. Bing.
Great work!
Well, maybe there's a survivor kicking around somewhere we can help, but it could actually be. Maybe there isn't. Right. What do we want to level up? That's actually a really good question. Because we're getting to the point now, at least with some of our stuff, where we can't really level it up too much more. As in like a group thing where the groups can't be leveled up too much more. I really don't know what I want up. I mean, here's the thing. Long guns is what I tend to use mostly. I don't really use handguns. I don't really use heavy weapons a lot. So I could put a couple of points into... See, I want to get long guns heading to 60 would be nice. But I also want my persuade up a bit more. Let's do that. We could put a couple of points into long guns just to get that up a bit. Let's go with that. It's not brilliant, but then I don't specifically have anything I want to aim for. So... one workbench. The off chance I need it. Primal Hunter. Nope, locked. Vending machine. I don't know why everybody's dead. I don't know if there's like supposed to be people here or if it's just literally the robots and maybe I'm not supposed to be here at all. The leisure activity and active violation, blah 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 blah. Messages. We completed an initial survey. I have to admit that your hunter was right. I owe you lunch next time I'm on Terra 1. We barely started our survey before we uncovered a mineral vein with high densities of yttrium and scandium. Right next to a lot of that's quite handium, and I'll have a bit of thatium. There's a limit on how much my team can extract in these pressure suits. Get us a terraformer and some proper mechanicals, and this little venture of ours is going to make us all rich. I hope the weather on Terra 1 isn't getting you down. I hear our permanent facility on Hephaestus is almost ready for habitation. So this must have been quite early, if they're still firing off terraformers about the place. Yeah, 100. If that's like preliminary one, so they probably haven't been here for very long at that point. Day 127. Thanks for rushing us that replacement part, Lydia. My team got the former repaired terraformer, and it's busy churning out O2 again. Did you have to send one loaded with seed stock? Damn grass is triggering my allergies. Survey efforts continue. That initial vein ran dry quicker than we'd hoped, but we're getting promising results from other locations. Density of scandium lower than first sight, but yttrium still at respectable levels. We had a board team out here last week scanning for signals from the Hope. We could all guess the result from how unhappy they looked. It's been 3 years since the board classified the ship as missing. You'd think we'd be over it by now. Congratulations on your promotion, youngest full VP in company history. Just promise me you won't hold that drill bit Needham to replace you. Promote even, not promise. Bad news, Lynn. All the sites within the former dome have run dry. The mechanicals are bringing back good samples from beyond the retention field. I'll be sending you a requisition for a hauler to relocate the terraformer closer to the new sites. My team heard that you arranged some circus time traveling show to stop at our base. It was a big boost to morale. Can't wait to see some entertainment out here. So it seems like this guy was trying to be positive. It's like, yeah, well, you know, we ran dry, but hey, if you can move the terraformer, we've got a whole bunch of new stuff. He's trying to be positive about this. Let's see if this lasts. Okay, your request for site location on that useless rock is denied. You've had over a year to generate profit. You haven't done it by now. It's not going to happen. And Evers is too busy to hide your incompetence. I don't want to hear any of your absurd excuses either. The terraformer failure was bad enough, but this drivel about primals running loose and damage your equipment is the limit. The utter limit, do you hear? Operations at your site are terminated effective immediately. I got a new site in mind for you. One of the rocks orbiting Hephaestus. Temps are cool, 170 degrees Celsius. You'll love it. Yeah, so they did end up with Needham in charge, and turns out he was an ass. Visiting board member reminded me of the date. We should be celebrating your 42nd birthday today. I try and get you drunk. The latest Ritter's concoction, you turn your nose up and say it was nowhere near as good as Earth wine. Don't know where you are, big sis. It's been 13 years since you entered hibernation, since the Hope started its journey. I don't know what happened, why you never got here. If the architect is kind, you didn't suffer. I think about you all the time. Every time one of the big interstellar convoys blazes past, I look up and hope. Whoever named that damn ship should take a walk in the ether. I'm so sorry. I should never have convinced you to sign the indenture contract and join me on Halcyon. Never stop thinking about you, Jules. Please forgive me. Oh. Ask Lydia for info about this Sublight company. That freighter captain claimed to work for them. Very strange ship. No corporate branding or colors. Captain didn't wear an improved uniform. Dealing with him left me feeling out of sorts. Had some interesting items for sale though. Can't shake the feeling that they fell off the back of the conveyor. Captain sold Harris something called the Rearranger, then left before we discovered the damn thing doesn't work. Only thing the Rearranger is the number of bits on Harris's cart. Right. Looks like some strange tech. Maybe a scientist can make something of it. Ooh, maybe. A Rearranger, huh? Abandoned mining outpost discovered. Any doors? There's a door, but that's closed. Ah, sealed. Alright, gotta be another way in somewhere. Ow. Alright, it's gotta be a way in there somewhere. If this is sealed, then there must be another door. Or another way in or something. Don't see anything up there. And that's not a door, that's just sealed up. Okay, so maybe there isn't a way in there? Which is weird, because it seems like there would be. If it like starts off sealed, then surely you can unseal it somehow, but... And seeing as there was definitely the implication, I guess, that... Did I have... Oh no, never mind. I just wondered if maybe that was... Oh yeah, that's right. You guys leveled up too. Okay, what we got? Tactical time dilation meter. Very good. I totally forget my characters even have like abilities I can use. It's like I forget that I can dash. It's like I forget that I can slow down time. It's just, these are the things I forget, you know? I'll do it. Right, okay, so I can't see a way in here. I mean, I'm not saying there isn't one, but if there is, I don't know where it is. There's definitely no door on the upper level either, so it's not like I can... Hang on. Nope, no door up here either. So, I don't know if there'd even be a way in, or... Maybe I need to like come back here at a later point and this will be open up then. Possibly, could be sealed for plot reasons. I don't know. Because like this building's sealed up too. I don't remember being able to get into here at all. No, because you can't go into every building, but you don't need to really. But yeah, some of them are just shut. So, I guess it's a case of that is what it is. So I'm curious about, if we go back to... Hang on. If we go back to that journal. It mentioned the... What was it? The Rearranger. I wonder if that was like a special weapon. Captain Harris... The captain sold Harris something called the Rearranger. Then left us before we discovered the damn thing doesn't work. Don't think it rearranges a number of bits in Harris's cart. Looks like some strange tech. Maybe a scientist can make something of it. Like maybe that's like a clue to a special weapon or something. It hasn't like triggered anything yet, so... I don't know, truth be told, but that doesn't seem to have done too much. So, yeah, we can head back to the ship now, I think. And, oh, blimey, it's at 4 o'clock already, so it is. Okay, so that's another area explored. And I guess we will... Yeah, we've got other characters to level up real quick. Hang on. Felix, what you got? Damage to corporate military. Figure max. Yeah, okay, we'll just stick with that. Alright, so we'll take a quick break because it's 4 o'clock. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes. See you in a sec, guys. And we're back. Okay, so I think we can get the heck out of here now.
Remember, items in the hold may shift during takeoffs and landings.
Well, yes, I'm sure that kind of happens. Hello.
Hey, Captain. I got a thing I want to ask you.
You looked like
It's
you
kinda
did.
big.
Sure, what's up?
I was thinking about what you said before, after we went to the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. I reckon you're right. I think I'm ready to stop fretting and fussing and ask Junlei to go steady, straight out. And I'm thinking of doing it here, on the ship.
Can I help?
I was kind of hoping you'd offer. The thing is, I can't ask her over like this. I mean, look at me. I'm all covered in engine grease and I ain't showered in nigh on a week. Smell like sweat most days and, well, don't look too close to my fingernails. I was hoping, we could stop by Groundbreaker for bath supplies.
Easy enough.
I mean, only if you're not busy. Or when you're
We're
heading
heading
for
there
Groundbreaker
anyway.
for something else. You don't gotta change plans on account of me. Anyhow, next time we dock in Groundbreaker, let me know. Because I want to come with.
Okay. No problem. That works. Wonder if anyone else has got a little quest. I haven't spoken to anybody else aside from you for a while now.
Want to be a brand new you?
Oh,
Try
yeah.
out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself. Right before he died.
Didn't really work out for him then, did it? Ooh. Hello.
Good to see you, boss.
How'd you end up on the Groundbreaker?
Didn't I tell you? I'm secretly the chairman's orphan child, abandoned at birth in the back bays.
Give me a straight answer.
Honestly, before you picked me up, I was living in the back bays. Spent my whole life up there, watching ships roll in and take off. I always wondered when my ship would come. I was what folks on the Groundbreaker call a stowaway. Means I was invisible. Life carried on for everybody else, but not for me. I had to make my own way.
You were a stowaway?
That's what they called us. Orphans with no family, no company to take us in, nowhere to go but the back bays. The word's a touch kindlier than Rungleech, but the meaning's just as clear. If you can't support your own self, you don't deserve to be on the Groundbreaker.
How'd you manage?
Same way we all do. Look for work and hope somebody would give me a shot. Hauling boxes was about the only work I could find. Hated every second of it. Foreman and I never got on.
The incident with the tossball stick.
Could be I was overreacting. A better man might have turned the other cheek. Exercised a little bit of that, what's the word? Restraint? But on the other hand, broadsiding the jackass with a tossball stick, that felt good. That felt real good. You ought to try it.
Ah, I don't have enough of that. We have a disagreement. I expect you to be civilized.
Oh, I can do civilized. Proper civilized, too. Genuflecting and everything. I caught a real lucky break. If you hadn't picked me up, I'd still be back at the docks, waiting for the day my ship arrives.
Well, I'm glad you're not wasting your life hauling boxes.
Yeah. I guess my ship did arrive in the end. I've got you to thank for that. Thanks for listening, boss. Let's get going.
Okay.
What a mess!
Hello.
Battery levels are fully charged.
Good. Good work,
Thank you,
Sam.
Customer Sam. We guarantee it's the only sanitation and maintenance unit you'll ever need.
Alright, back to it, I guess. I doubt he's going to have a quest. Hello, Ellie.
Something on your mind?
Just, I'd like to know more about you.
I'm a surgeon by training and a pirate by inclination. Not much else to know, Captain. I like long walks on the promenade and the smell of Spacer's Corona. I make a mean zero-G cocktail and I've got a meaner right hook.
Zero-G cocktail?
It's a mix of whatever you've got on hand. Usually zero-G brew with some Spectrum vodka if you're lucky. Purple berry shake if you're not.
Inventive. I like it.
I'll make you one sometime. If you don't enjoy it, I'll make a few more until you do.
You have much experience contracting out with other captains?
Sure do. Some of it was even legal.
What's that supposed to mean?
There's a lot of business that goes through the Groundbreaker. Some of it's board-authorized freight hauling, and some of it's not. I've done all types of work with all kinds of crews. If there's one thing you ought to know about me, it's that I won't tell you your business. Your ship, your way.
Sounds reasonable.
Glad to hear it. It's worked for me this long.
Do you want to know something more personal about you?
Well, my blood type is AB positive. I'm a Leo, and I despise Space Hospital. Never mind what anyone else tries to tell you. That about covers it.
Where you from? Where you getting this line of work?
Aw, come on. That stuff's boring.
You're deflecting.
Look, the thing I've learned about living in close quarters is that you've got to give people room to breathe. I'm all for making a few bits together and having fun doing it, but let's keep a little professional distance.
All right, then.
No complaints here.
Later. All right, where's my vicar?
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
Listening is easy. I'd like to know something about I'm flying with. What's your story?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic disposition?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Why were you so passionate about it?
My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
Were they proud of you when you became a vicar?
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
If you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
Seems quite trusting you to sign up without knowing anything about me.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
Makes sense.
What about you? What's your story?
I was a colonist on the Hope.
And how did he do that?
Saw my body from the Hope at the edge of the colony and thawed me out.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
Help him recover more of the chemicals he needs to save the rest of the colonists.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
I had family on the Hope. Because it's the right thing to do. I mean, this is like character development stuff. I could say, oh, I've got family on the Hope, or I got friends on the Hope, or it's the right thing to do, or, you know, because that means there's like no one on the Hope I directly care about.
A commendable attitude.
Tell me about the book we picked up.
Bokonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
What are your thoughts on the Philosophists? again?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
Okay. Well, I'll think all this over and get back to you. Yeah, well, I've forgotten we're already doing his little side quest thing with the book. Okay, that's fine. No. Anything new on here? Oh. So that you know, I've given out the rest of that you-know-what to the you-know-who. Sorry for the secrecy. You never really know who's reading these things. I appreciate you giving me the time of day. You're risking heading to that community center. I'm grateful, but I also appreciate it if you never told another soul about our business. I like my job. Should like to keep it. Subject is to blind medicine. Oh yeah, that was back on in the first area. I got the medicine for the old guy, but then someone showed up at the last second. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do this ever so here it goes. This is engine C, hums real nice. Oh, this is the Whoops, wrong button. Whoop, wrong button again. I keep pressing one. Ooh. Red line, how lovely. Okay. Right, let's oh, down another floor. Okay, so in terms of journals, yeah, we have to go back to shop for cleaning projects. Oh yeah. Okay, well we need to go to Groundbreaker anyway. That's pretty much the only place left for me to go. I got one at Terra 2. Journey to Smoke. Journey into Smoke? Hang on a sec. Which one was Journey into Smoke?
We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
I don't see Journey into Smoke on this list. Was that the one I botched? It was, but I've botched it. I can't do anything about it if I've botched it. Can I? Hang on a second. Let's find out. Because it's down here, I think. But she's dead, so... You know. I guess we'll find out. Because it was, like, down here and around the thing. It's over here. Don't know if the people will have regenerated yet. Don't look like it.
Not a peep from me.
Take out your trap.
Well done.
This area has been sanitized.
Well done, you two. You're idiots. Yes, these guys weren't as big of a problem as I was expecting. I probably should have just done this quest like way back when. Like before I went into the place and turned everyone into an enemy against me because I betrayed them and didn't realize she was an outlaw immediately because I'm an idiot apparently. Automated message on electric fence. Ooh. Huh. I've like snuck my way down here then. Is that what you're telling me? So it doesn't look like it's even here. I don't think so anyway. Because according to this, although I can... Yeah.
That was made for the 50th anniversary of the Hope. Remember that. I just got back from school. Dad set candles on our doorstep.
Fair enough. But now there's nothing I can do with it. It's literally just a... You pick it up, but now there's nothing I can do with it. That seems kind of weird that a botch job would still leave a marker on your thing like that. That's very strange. I don't know if that's like a bug or something, maybe. Most likely, actually. Anyway, let's get the heck out of here. We've got other places to go. Oh, I keep doing that.
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
Goody. We definitely need to take her along. Oh, I guess we'll take Sam as well, but I shouldn't need... Actually, let's have these two, because they usually have good commentary on what I'm doing. Alright, so we've got a few quests to drop off. Now that I'm back.
Well, well, Dr. Fenhill. It's not often I see you on this side of sickbay. I make it a point not to get shot, and when I do, I can usually take care of the mess myself. It'd be nice to have you in here patching people up, not just blowing them apart. I respect what you're doing here, but you know I'm not ready to settle down. It's not you, it's me. Have it your way then. You always do. Now, about your friend here. Were I a gambling woman, I'd wager you're responsible for my mechanical safe return. I can't thank you enough.
You're welcome. Groundbreaker reputation increased, bunch of experience points. Very good. Okay. Distress signal 1. Oh, don't bite the sun. Shop for cleaning supplies. In here? With her. She's got cleaning supplies? Why would you have cleaning supplies?
Have you had a moment to look into that little opportunity I told you about on Roseway? You don't hurry up. Someone will get to snooping around there before you do.
Yes, I did investigate it.
What's that? Speak up now. What'd you turn up? Well, that... If Auntie Cleo's exporting wraps from Monarch, golly me, someone's going to be in the soup when they get caught.
It's basically me just saying I've kind of failed the
Bless
quest.
your slippery little fingers.
I think that's it.
Darnation. It sounded like a gold mine, but I suppose it can't be helped. Law bless you for doing the legwork, sweetie.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Do be careful with it, dear, as these keys tend to be a tad hard to acquire. You should have a chat with Lilia Hagen in the Sublight offices. She's a dear. You'll love her. Now, was there anything else?
Yes. What have you got to trade? Ah, yes.
I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a home makeover kit, and I snagged a couple for myself. High-grade shampoo and conditioner, scrubby brush, a nice lotion, that sort of thing. I still got 'em, too.
What's the scrubby brush for?
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Gets the engine grease out. Makes your hands soft. Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship?
Roses can't go wrong with the classics. How about mock apples? Cinnamon. Very sweet, just like pie. You got a preference?
Oh, gosh. We never talked about what kind of smells she likes. I think pretty much every spot on Groundbreaker just smells like old socks.
It comes down to what sort of intent you got. If I was looking to do a spy job over in engineering, I'd be safe with refurbished ship. Now, if I was a young thing trying to come on all precious-like, I'd probably go with rosish. But if I was doing it for my own self, I'd pick mock apples and cinnamon.
I guess you could eeny-miny-moe it?
Take your time, dear. A lady's scent says a lot about her.
Sounds like rosish. Based on what she said before. I mean, where is it? Yeah, so if you're looking to do a spy job over in engineering, which we don't. If there's a young thing trying to come on all precious like, probably go with rosish. But if I was doing it for my own self, yeah, let's go with rosish.
We didn't have anything rosish in Edgewater. I heard it smells real pretty, though.
I'll just wrap that up for you, since it's for a special occasion.
I'll pay for that, ma'am. Thanks for being so helpful.
You're welcome, dear.
Thank you.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
I'm trying to work out if her old lady thing is, like, real or if she's just acting like that. Based on that conversation I just had, I think it's real. Which is honestly even weirder. Hey look, 100%. They love me. I haven't even got 100% on any of these. Oh no, I got 100% on the Deserters. Somehow. And on Spacer's Choice. I got a little bit of negative too, but... Okay. Right. So we got the journal. So we now got... Yeah, Dr. Wells.
I'm gonna be able to set foot on a whole other planet? I know Monarch's a moon. I think it counts anyhow. Groundbreaker's safe from melting to bits now. Lots of good people can rest easy because of you.
So, there's your soap.
Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these someplace safe. In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish for Monarch. Dustback casserole. Salt tuna and xenogold needle mushrooms. And then for dessert, there's a thing called, sweetheart cake. It's made with almond paste and wax gourds. There's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay that can bake a casserole. And I heard tell there's a Rizzo's town near there called Cascadia, what specializes in sweets.
Alright, we'll figure it out.
Thanks, Captain. I know I'm asking an awful lot, but I'm sure it's gonna be worth it.
I'm fine with this, honestly. I find this whole thing adorable. So, yeah. Nice weekend. Rizzo's Cafe in Cascadia on Monarch. And Chief Raymond in Stellar Bay. Yeah, okay. That's on Monarch. Alright, so I've got the thing now, because she wanted me to get the key, which I've just purchased. I had so much money, it didn't really matter. Hi guys, you're very good at teleporting, you realize that. Hello.
If this is something Tobias could handle, see yourself out the door.
Got the nav key to Stellar Bay.
Sure is. Welcome aboard, contractor. One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could spill the goods. We arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you.
Okay.
Now, get going. Catherine will brief you on the details when you check in with her at Fallbrook. One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes in the back of your head. Understood?
Anything I'm looking for?
Don't go looking for anything, except salvage. Just watch out. You'll do fine. Probably nothing to worry about. Probably.
Good enough for me.
Fair enough. That gives me another quest. Right, so we can finally head off to new areas, which is good because new areas is what we want. I probably could have bought that thing outright, but I wanted quests. This is the thing. You want quests because quests lead to new areas. New areas lead to more quests, more people, and more stuff. So it's all a case of you just want to get that loop in. Bodunk. Okay. Woo. Excellent. 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 Okay.
Welcome back, Captain. Now that you have acquired a nav key to Stellar Bay, would you like me to contact Dr. Wells?
Yep.
Well done. You'll love Monarch. Exotic climate, violent native species, fascinating culture, really. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. If anyone knows where I can find those chemicals, it's Hiram. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back against the Board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the Board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch.
Sounds like you've been to Monarch.
No, never. Monarch is a hotbed of political activity. I can't imagine why Hiram set up shop there. Cuisine, perhaps?
Where should I start?
You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka. Frequents the drinking establishments of Stellar Bay. Very hard to miss. Once you have everything you need, make your way to Hiram Blythe's compound.
Questions?
Come see me in my lab. I'll answer any questions you have.
No, okay. Alright.
Best of luck. Everyone on the Hope is counting on you.
I still don't trust him. But I don't know if that's just me being paranoid. Okay. So, just in general. Yeah, that one's never going to go away, and that's really friggin' irritating. But all my quests are leading me here right now. To Monarch. Warning dangerous. Let's not go in the dangerous one just yet.
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
Thank you very
Welcome
much.
back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Got a minute to talk?
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely.
And if you don't have a power source?
I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on the Lost Hope?
I guess so.
When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative.
And that is?
Traveling the system with you, Captain.
What about your last captain? Do you miss him? Or is one captain the same as another?
Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design.
Have there been other captains of this ship?
If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
What can you talk about?
Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most. There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system?
No.
A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons.
Yeah. That's like a Red Dwarf quote. I know, let's laser our way through the door. Excellent suggestion, except A, we don't have any lasers, and B, we don't have any lasers. I understand that's the same one, but it was such a big point, I felt it was worth mentioning twice. Why do you say the landing might be rough?
The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them. Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
What else do you know?
We're clear to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
You can take care of that for us, right?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Great, thanks.
You are more than welcome, Captain.
I like her.
The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Oh, good.
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Terra 2.
Where in Terra 2?
Oh, where in Terra 2? Emerald Vale.
Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer.
I noticed.
The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say, a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet.
What do you think of the people?
You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket? I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague.
Oh, is that why they were there? That explains that at least. I figured they'd just seen the ship come down and had gone to investigate.
Since you diverted power to Edgewater, the botanical lab shut down, and the deserters were forced to return to town. Meanwhile, the cannery's output increased, enabling the town's population to prosper. Thank you for nothing, Captain.
What would you have me done? Kill everyone?
I cannot say. First, I need to adjust my memory interpretation sensors, but I think my answer is yes.
Right.
Of course. What part of the colony?
Terra to Roseway.
Any crew traveling to Roseway will find themselves unofficially in officially uncharted space. Roseway has been removed from all Halcyon charts, and anything I could tell you, I can't tell you, because it's illegal.
You,
here we go. Due to catastrophic financial losses, Redacted reportedly abandoned the town, shutting down 99.2% of all operations. However, there is an unsubstantiated rumor that Redacted, in actuality, continued to secretly develop Redacted products by experimenting on Redacted, imported from Redacted. How very revealing.
Yes.
Why else do humans do anything? I believe the decision was a result of money squabbles. I wish I could say more, but as I previously stated, it is against Colony Ordinance C59-002Y.
Alright, well tell me about
what part of the colony would you...
where we're going to go.
Where in Monarch? Ah, Monarch, the armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's Port at Ballbrook. I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points.
Right. Smuggler's Port, huh?
It's Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there.
I do. We've already done that.
Of course. What part of...
Alright, Monarch, and then the last one.
Warning. All colonists are
Ooh.
urged to reconsider travel to Cascadia due to infestation of mantisaurs and risk of indefinite detention or death. There are no people aside from marauders in Cascadia. There is only death.
Ugh, what's the local
The
report?
local report is that you will very likely die if you leave Cascadia's landing pad.
Sounds dangerous.
This is one of those times where you say one word but really mean another, isn't it? I suppose you would find an environment like this fun.
Well, that's enough for now. Anyway, let's head down. Because I want to have a look at Stellar Day.
Transmission from Roseway, from a Dr. Shaw.
Oh.
Welcome back, Captain. I have received a transmission from Roseway, from a Dr. Shaw. Beginning playback now.
What? Oh, is this on? Oh, it's on right now. Oh, blast. Hello? I'm trying to reach the captain of the Unreliable. I'll keep this short lest I get caught. Please return to Roseway as soon as you can. I have an item of great value that you'll be interested in. Now, how does this blasted thing turn off? Damn engineers never label these toggles clearly. Is it the...
The transmission is complete, Captain. May luck be...
Interesting. Let's head back, actually, because... might be good.
We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
Damn straight. Right, so I'm pretty sure he was in there. I don't know, did I get a quest for this? I'm trying to remember which building he was even in. I think it was this one? Yes, it was.
Ah, I remember you. You must have received my wireless. Thank the law. I went to great risk to send that.
Hey, what do you mean by item of great value?
Aha! I knew that it'd entice you to return to our dangerously unprofitable township. I asked you here because I have a working prototype of the Altinature, Auntie Cleo's very first weapon. I'd like you to have it before it gets confiscated.
Don't understand why you're giving this to me.
The schematics you fetched for me lent themselves well to the creation of the beauty you now possess. Unfortunately, Auntie Cleo R&D felt otherwise. The market's already saturated, they said. Weapons are everywhere. They aren't interested in mass-producing the Altinature, which makes this an illegal prototype weapon. Given your unlawful proclivities, I thought it'd be safest with you. So here we are. I'd rather see it in the hands of a free agent than destroyed.
Well, sorry to hear about that, but I'll be sure to put it to good use. Yes. No, free weapon. Sweet. What is it? Nature. Ooh. Corrosive handgun. Oh, better than nothing, I guess. Alright. Okay, back to the ship. All that just for a gun. I suppose better than nothing. Right. Whee! Badunk. And back to Monarch.
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Goody gumdrops. Oh, excuse me. Yawning my head off right now. Bing! Yeah, we'll go down with these two. I don't know. This is all new to me. And ooh. Whoa. God, could you imagine that? Just living next to a gas giant that's just dominates the sky. God, that'd be bloody weird. So what we got? Whoa. Oh, this is a big map. Big friggin' map. Oh, nice. Stellar Bay, huh? Just appears to be a guy called Grim standing there. Alright, is this gonna be a hustle? No hustles.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in.
Yes.
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
You seem surprised.
You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
What are they doing out there? There's only a few gunships to scare me.
Wish more folk could say that. Gets awful quiet guarding a landing pad that never gets used.
Ah.
You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-world traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes.
Right.
On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna and halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
I prefer to travel discreetly, if you know what I mean.
Aw,
be like that. I never get to do this part. Please.
Okay.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Should they really that isolated?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are Sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
You know what I expected to find in Monarch?
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
You saying the board's been lying about this place?
Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
Alright, well, gonna have a look around town.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
That depends. What is it?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers tossball poster coming in on the next Sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Sure, I can ask. Yeah, who's Black Hole?
That's Bertie Holcomb. Only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever.
I wonder if he's kin. Dad had family that worked for Rizzo's. I never got to meet them.
Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something?
Why is he called Black Hole?
On account of him being the best hacker who ever played. Nothing gets by him. He sucks up every ball that comes his way.
Okay. Maybe word that differently.
Well, Holcomb's had a lot of nicknames over his career. Used to be the tallywhacker on account of what he'd do to the score. Before that, he was the slick stick, because his shots were always so smooth.
Let's not talk about this ever again.
Whatever you say, I could talk tossball for hours.
Innuendo is always good fun. Anyway, I'll have a looking for your poster.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Noted. Alright, so we got check around the back real quick. Probably nothing worth looking at down here, but hey, oh, you never know. Well, that doesn't look good. Why is there a giant hole in the city?
Look, I don't. Sorry, for a second I thought you were.
I still love the idea of these fake windows. That's just hilarious. Sentinels and guards, huh?
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peals, a worker earns his meals.
What are you
Bennett.
talking about?
Laws. Can't a man enjoy the smooth menthol flavor of a Stogie Slim in peace?
A lot of price for a man doing absolutely nothing.
What I am doing, ma'am, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place.
What are you talking about?
This law's forgotten town. Cut off from the rest of the colony. Removed from any culture. I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best and all the cereals. Before Sanjar took over MSI and got us all booted.
Miss the good old days?
Days of consumption and culture. when we weren't squabbling with the iconoclasts for lack of better things to do. Look, you're making me melancholy. Is there something you wanted?
No. Big place. Well, we know we gotta go in there to see what's her name. Is there any... Oh, there's quite a lot actually. Grim Tomorrow. Don't Bite the Sun. Space Continuum. Journeys. Oh yeah, that's into... I really wish I could get rid of that. But I can't. Weapons from the Void. Don't Bite the Sun. Is that outside? That's probably outside. Okay. Just look for people with titles above their head. You can see why it's cut off, because it looks like it goes under the area. Ooh, hello. You're a normal resident. Stellar Bay.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean more than usual.
Velma Ballard. Do I need to speak to you about anything? Maybe? I don't know. But if I do, it'll have to wait until after a little break. Back in a minute, guys. And we're back. Okay, so I guess can we talk to you?
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Take it easy. I was just looking around.
Well, if you're that friendly about it, then you definitely aren't one of Catherine's sublight toughs. My mistake. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Oh, your chief what?
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
Oh, do you have rules about that sort of thing?
We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra jugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
What's that you said about a foreman?
Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials.
So the job's easy, but you're not doing it? Something smells here. I mean, everything smells in here, but something's fishy. Wait.
He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more.
Why don't you just pay him more?
Because we've got a budget, all right? And in case you haven't noticed, MSI doesn't exactly have a lot of spare bits on hand.
Well, I can talk to him if you like.
You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
Okay. You said Braxton's been stealing drugs?
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts.
Awfully nice of you not to say anything.
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna, fat, and mostly tumor-free.
This is Catherine you mentioned.
Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a Ground 6 Spacer.
Alright. Have fun. Thanks for the quests. No. Never mind. Oh. Well, I wasn't expecting this. Why is it pumping water up?
Look, I don't.
Nope, not grim, dude. Really, I'm quite nice once you get to know me. Ooh. Ah, is this like the main entrance? Here's a regular worker. You have no name, therefore you are not important. You have no name, odds are you have no quests, so I have no time. What we got? Ooh. Yes, please. Actions files are filed with Sortuna breeding charts. Various meaning why those Sortuna seems to prefer also means over plain forest. Fair enough. Fishing tank 23A are looking a little lumpy. If you're not going in, if you're not going to make it in, that's fine. But you have to let me know so I can stay on top of the doses. You need to find a Sortuna situation after that 4 batches rot in the warehouse over the last 2 months because we're not finding buyers. Another situation with the board puts us in a tough spot. We need to start thinking about how we're going to keep Stellar Bay afloat, can't get sales up. Seriously, where are you? You're missing 3 shifts. It's getting ridiculous even for you. You might be dead.
Nicely done.
Good enough. Right. Anything else out back? Or is it just tiny weeny little area with not much of interest? Yeah, it looks to be tiny weeny little area with not a lot of interest. Ooh, Celebrate Ruin South. Huh. Well, might be worth a look at later. I don't really want to go in there unless there's a reason for me to go in there. For obvious reasons, it might be dangerous. And I may as well wander around and find a few quests. See if one of them takes me down there. Because obviously if I go down there and then come back out and then get a quest to go back in there, that's going to be a waste of time. Yeah, I got a lot of side quests kicking around. Alright, resident. Abigail Edwards, apparently. Hello, are you important?
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember. What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
You in charge of handing out medicine?
Yes, indeed. Someone's got to keep Stellar Bay's people healthy and energized.
You certainly seem excited. Excited is one word I'd use for it.
Oh, but I am. I get to see plenty of my neighbors here, and I do dearly love a little gossip.
Well, nothing for now, thanks, but I might be back to talk to you later. If you're a named person, it means you're either going to give me a quest, or you're involved in a later quest. Mag picks are precious. And the hypothesis that this combination might awaken my mind and sense integrated reality around us. If that's true, then it seems my faculties were quite overwhelmed in this instance. Shortly after the dose, I experienced cold sweats, tremors, mild paranoia. So due to these latter effects, most of my notes from the episode are of little use. Nevertheless, the effects were most invigorating. Okay. After my previous experiments, I theorized that deadening the external senses might allow the mind's eye to glimpse the eternal. Alas, it's only partially successful. The combination of substances quickly rendered me both blind and feeble, so much so that I fell into a stupor. I woke hours later to find my own sick, and a curious craving for Tilleritos? Tilleritos? I don't know what that is. File empty. She's upright. She's a white icon. This from Earth. She's hardworking. It's some sort of story. Well, I don't have time to read all of that because, yeah, my voice won't last. But fair enough.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest Tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H. Maddox.
They're all pretty light. I play for Auntie Cleo's darlings. That you recognize me. They're all pretty great.
Aren't they just? When I get to worrying about the marauders outside, the raptidons chewing at the walls, I just turn my transceiver up to drown it all out. Most of the time it's static on account of the frequency being clogged up, but sometimes it's Tossball. So, what can I do for you?
Did you have trouble receiving Tossball game transmissions?
Graham's always filling the airwaves with his propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the Tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
Interesting. No quest to help. But fair enough, I guess. Constable. Appears to be closed. That there isn't even much back here. I figured there'd be something, you know, like a big secret or anything, but no, a box with one item in it and a gun that is okay at best. Hello? Doesn't appear to be anybody in here. Can't use that. No, no one in here. Again, might be used later. Okay, what else have we got? Which one's Space Crime Continue? Ah. Well, let's see what else we can get. Because I have the faintest idea. Any more people and any more quests. Resident. No one of any real significance. Side commanders. Another normal resident again. But apparently someone important is here. Ooh.
Good day to you.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Sorry, didn't mean to startle you.
Most people don't. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves.
How's that?
Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation. And I was a fool for staying.
Listen, my engineer's looking to get a dustback casserole.
That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back, before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town, what with the monsters hereabouts. I can whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu.
Oh, yikes. I can't cover this much, Captain.
3,000 bits. Honestly, I could afford that. I've got a lot of bits. I got like 25,000, so 3,000 is not a lot. Just get on it.
You got it. I got all the ingredients. Should only take about an hour in the oven. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
Okay.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much.
A pleasure to help such a charming young lady.
Oh, gosh. My tum's rumbling just smelling that casserole.
Casserole. I had a casserole on Sunday. It was lovely. That's the bathroom. What you get for leaving your stuff in the... Honestly, people seem significantly less worried about you nicking stuff and breaking into places in this, but it's always a good idea to make sure no one's paying much attention to you.
Easy.
You don't want to steal too much, but just a little bit of stealing is fine. It's not like it actively negatively affects you in any real way. Not that I've noticed anyway. Maybe it does and I'm a complete idiot and I've been...
Someone's been killed!
Hello?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Pull yourself together. Tell me what happened.
No! I just stepped in a dead man's blood. And I think one of the flies landed on my mouth. If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Okay. Well, that happened. You're not gonna go and, like, get a police officer or something? There's files leaking in the apartment upstairs. You try to keep your windows shut. Wait. This place doesn't have windows. Was there a reason I needed to be here? Secret people, okay.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
Noted.
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Gets me experience at least. Oh, hey, I'm actually close to level 16. That's good. I approve of level 16.
You startled
on me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
I'm looking for Braxton. You seen him?
Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry.
Relax, no one's in trouble. Just looking to have a friendly chat with him.
Oh, in that case, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
Thank you.
Hope he's okay. We should hurry, Captain.
Yeah, maybe. Whoa.
Oh, sorry. Just spooked me, was all.
Did you
Body bag
not?
dispenser empty. Please replace sack reel before disposing of any corpses.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you not see the guy who came running out of here being all like, someone's being killed? Well, he's dead. He's not gonna need it anymore. Betty says there's some increasingly bold wages made out for a team called Mostly Colonists. It's from left field for betting. Wasn't that the place I was just in? Stainless steel rat. I will say some of these quests have got very good names. Big planet. Okay. Wait, still in here? Do I need to keep investigating the apartment then? Is that what you're telling me? What else could there be? It's a regular outfit, all the same cut and color, stuffed into the suitcase. Oh, okay, there we go. Works for me. Okay, so we got that pointing out of the city. Dark. Oh, is this supposed to be night? This is probably nighttime. Yes, of course it is. Ooh, hello, you got a name. Are you important?
Well, well. The only new folk I ever see in town are sublight runners from Fallbrook. But you don't look like one of Catherine's. What can I get you?
What you got?
All sales are final, unless you threaten me. I'm kidding. Don't threaten me.
Okay, well, we can get rid of my junk. That'll do a bit. Do you have anything worth my time? Right. Oh, you can repair shit too. Well, that's always good. I'll leave it at that for now. Thank you for the cash.
Wrapped musk and canid eyes, right here.
Another guy with a name. Who are you?
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in Raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid toenails? You look like a woman who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts.
Why would I want any of that?
I don't know. Celia usually buys whatever I have, and Mr. Pickett seemed real interested. So I thought maybe I was onto something.
Mr. Pickett? Franklin Pickett from Edgewater?
That's him. He'd been here years, but he always talked about going back to Edgewater one day.
Who's Celia?
She works for Sanjar at MSI. She's also Stellar Bay's biggest collector of canid incisors. And I should know, because she buys them from me.
Mr. Pickett.
He came to Stellar Bay years ago, just before the board cut us off. Ended up stuck here. He was always real interested in our monsters. Mantiqueens, especially.
You seen a mantiqueen?
Sure, they're real big. Hard to miss them.
Why was he interested?
Who wouldn't be?
People who value self-preservation?
Now that just sounds like a fancy way to say boring people.
Well, you know, little column A, little column B.
Well, I could send you to the same place I sent Mr. Pickett, but I haven't seen him in a few weeks. To tell true, I'm starting to get a bit worried about him.
Captain, can we look for him? I'd feel awful if somebody from home was in trouble and we didn't do nothing.
Tell you what, I'll tell you where I sent Mr. Pickett if you promise to look for him. Help him out if he's got himself in trouble. Fair deal?
Okay, sure. Keep an eye out for him.
All right then. Leave town through the southern gate, the one right here, and head past the abandoned ruins. Last Mantiqueen I saw was in the wilds out that-a-ways. Could be Mr. Pickett still out there too.
All right, thank you.
Please, will someone help me? My boy's in trouble. Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a Raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Your child is missing? Where did you last see him?
Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the woman to save your little Tucky. And I was right. He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the Raptidons, Mantisaurs, and Marauders, the toxic sulfur pools and poisonous glands, but he didn't listen.
Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please, can't we help?
Please, won't you go and find my boy?
Okay, I think I can already call where this quest is going because I've seen this quest before in other games. We're gonna go chasing after someone that we think is a young little boy. Turns out it's like a grown man who is like a professional in whatever it is he's doing. And like this woman's just a little senile. And, or, you know, just doesn't treat the guy as an adult. And that's what it's gonna be because, yeah, okay.
Oh, I know.
That's what it's, because it's always the same.
You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it.
I'm sure he did too.
Find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
Are the iconoclasts involved, perhaps? Mushrooms growing on that place. Well, fair enough then. Hello.
Reminder, unit modifications performed by unauthorized tech.
Huh. I didn't check with Celia though. Where did I pick it up? I must have picked it up somewhere and not even realized it.
Doesn't it feel better to locomote without grit in your gears?
To gain authorization credentials, an engineer must be registered as the unit's designated caretaker. Do you wish to assign yourself this designation, engineer?
You asking me to be your minder? I suppose you can't be any more complicated than an autoloader. All right, I'll do it.
Updating registration. Updating.
Are you two becoming friends?
Updating. Ding. Holcomb Parvati is now responsible for the SAM unit's maintenance. Designated caretaker. There is a rock in this unit's tread. Removal of foreign debris requested.
Oh, good. I'm glad about that. Hello. Don't worry, I'm here. Alright, what we got? Eric's handiwork. Okay.
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger.
Oh, thanks.
Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you?
How well do you know Nyoka?
Anyone who spends any amount of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka, on account of her being here so often herself. And I don't mean that unkindly. Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks. Something else I can do for you?
You said you're not used to seeing new faces around here.
Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more leaving than coming. Off to join the Iconoclasts or some such.
Why is this place called the Yacht Club?
Thought it had a fancy ring to it. Name's the first advertising anyone sees, after all.
Are there any yachts in Stellar Bay?
Nope. But a man can dream.
Hang on, there was a few things I missed down that conversation.
Not since Amber...
Yeah, no. What happened to Amber Heights?
Bunch of marauders broke into the executive compound, slaughtered everyone. Corporations pulled out of Monarch not long after. I thought everyone knew. But then that was 10 years ago. Still feels fresh to us every time we look at our walls, though. Thought it had a...
There was another one. That sad-looking sign.
Don't be so negative. Speaking of, you look like you could use a bottle with...
Thank you.
Muting volume now.
Who's the other guy I need to talk to in here? You're a resident.
Who's the sweetest boy? Who is it?
Error. Unable to process the specific designated caregiver's service request. Please repeat the order.
Yeah, you are.
Right, so you're the guy who I've got to convince to come back to work.
New face, huh? You from Offworld?
Yep.
A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
By the smell, he's been reveling enough for you both already.
What you celebrating?
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
What could be bad? Made you walk off the job.
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor Velma goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch. We're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's one of those things where you think of, well, technically they're both right.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
How long can you afford to miss work?
Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least.
That's it? Any suggestion on how to put pressure on Velma to negotiate?
If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true.
What's that about blackmail now?
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far, it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
Indeed. Might be worth thinking about. Never sure what side to go on in a conflict like that when it's just a sort of a 50-50 sort of thing. What's that?
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in.
Yep.
Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
Okay, hello. Whoa, 20. Holy crap. That's a lot of experience. 26,000. Okay, what do I want to increase now? We could probably put this up a bit. A couple of points into that. Let's just take determination up to 30, because why not? That'll do. Perks. Now, I accidentally bought that one last time. What was I going to get? I was going to get something else, and I've forgotten what it was. I think it was this one, health restored per kill. I think that'll come in handy. Excellent. Yay. Alright, so we got a few quests to go running around with to see what's what. So we wanna...
Sounds like rack. Oh, it does work. I bought some muslins in that to cover up the
Here to catch a game? I'm afraid the transmission's still pretty bad. What can I do for you?
I found this bedding slip in a dead man's apartment. Any idea what might have happened to him?
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
Oddly specific. I'm listening.
Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something, and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink Purpleberry Punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
Rudio.
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Thanks for the tip.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
I haven't even run into this Sanjar yet. I don't know what to make of him. I've heard a bit about him, but hearing is one thing. He seems like the kind of guy who wants to do right, but maybe might not be in the position to.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Huh.
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Hello. This is the main door?
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
What was that exchange about? Having money troubles?
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again? Not that I got any prior experience with such.
That came out of
Not at
nowhere.
all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Do you normally blow your money on Raptidon parts?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
Why?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
I notice.
He's sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff, and some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Can I talk to him for you?
Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
What do you see in Sebastian?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Do you want to be someone you can talk to? You can't talk to.
You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
Later. And you, hello.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
That's very generous.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
Actually, I'm just looking for the information broker. Yeah, I'm going where the wind takes me.
What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus Prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Could always be both. Afraid not.
Oh, a shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg-aged whiskey for an occasion like this.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments.
Okay.
I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
What exactly are you hoping to accomplish?
Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
And you're tired of scrounging and scraping by.
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
So what do you want to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
But will that help the people here, Mr. Sanjar? Keep them fed and safe?
That's precisely what I'm trying to do.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Yeah, she knows what's going on.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
And how do you mean to do that?
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Bolt 52 sounds useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Oh, I don't have enough intelligence. What's the other part of your plan?
I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Oh. Guess I'll go get your Bolt 52.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Ask you something else. Yes, what you got? Information group. MSI in the good days.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
How did MSI get kicked off the board in the first place?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
You mean that you initiated your own removal from the board?
Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. Back then, it was known as Terra 1.
Oh, this is Terra 1, is it? For Terra 1 and Terra 2, I see they both put their best people on that one.
Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all, the whole point of terraforming was to make them Earth-like.
Here, though, the results were mixed.
And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But on MSI.
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
How forward thinking.
It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means. Treating people right, because it's the right thing to do.
A noble thought, Miss Holcomb. Unfortunately, noble thoughts rarely sway board policy. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
I think your leadership didn't embrace your ideas.
No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else.
Yet, here you are.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
It's low even for them.
I don't think I realized how far they'd stoop. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
Yeah, why do you want to be back on the board?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon. To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation.
Pretty roughly, is it worth going back to that?
I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Leverage?
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, yes. It'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
Now, what's the hazard clause?
It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
But wait, what happens to the folks stuck on the wrong side of dangerous?
I'm afraid the welfare of a few hundred people is not going to figure into the board's risk assessments.
And they've invoked it on Monarch.
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
Okay, I think I see where this is going. I'm like grim on the landing pad.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
Need a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Yeah, I figured I'd be nice for him. Later. Okay, well, we're doing all right here, I think.
Grease stains detected traveling on an organic substance.
You're the one the girl wanted me to talk to. Hello.
You look like a woman who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts.
I need to talk about Celia.
Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff.
Yeah, we do consider going on a date with her.
Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount,
Oh, no, that's not it at all. She's smitten with you. You smited her. Smote? Smoot?
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongues.
She doesn't want a discount. She's attracted to you. Bribe. Promise she wouldn't ask for a discount.
You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice.
Give her a chance. Give yourself a chance. Take her someplace nice.
Okay, I'll do it.
Hey.
Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
That's the spirit, Sebastian. Be yourself. Between you and me, Captain, I'm not sure Miss Celia knows him too well. But we can hope, right? I want them to be happy.
Well, it's worth a try, and if it falls apart, well, doesn't matter, does it?
Have you talked to Sebastian yet?
Yes, I
have.
have.
What did he say?
He'll do it.
Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia? I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on?
He likes you, just don't ask him for any discounts.
Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, well, I guess that's gonna have to be it for today. Things are certainly, interesting. Oh my god, I've got things dotted around all over the place. Yeah, I've still got a lot of things to do. There's a lot of stuff going on here. But I think also in terms of, see, let this thing see a lot over. This is a big map. Like, this is a huge, huge area. So it is a case of I've got a lot more stuff to do. And I guess we'll just have to sort of, God, that's an amazing view, isn't it? We'll just have to sort of see how things go on as we move forward. But yes, we're finally in new areas, new quests, and a whole bunch more stuff. And hey, we're up to level 16. I don't know like what the sort of soft cap for it is. I doubt there's a hard cap. I'd be surprised. Most RPGs these days, I mean, if there's a hard cap, it's something that's like so big and monumentally beyond what you could get at the soft cap, then it doesn't really matter. Like, you know, level 99 in a JRPG or something like that. So I don't know if this level has a cap. I don't know if, you know, sort of how that all works out. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's not really important in the long run. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this, and I will see you all whenever I next see ya. Take care out there, everybody. Bye-bye.